Hey Simmers, Ridiculous here, and welcome to the first video on my YouTube channel. I had no intentions of making a video, but having played The Sims 4 for a couple days, I had some information and opinions that I wanted to share with some people who may still be considering purchasing the game, especially for those of you in Europe and Australia and other places where the game releases, I believe, tomorrow. Or I can't remember exactly when it releases across seas. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys kind of an unbiased opinion. I'm not a shill for The Sims 4 or Maxis or EA, and I've got no stake in any of that other than I want to see a great game. And I'm also not an angry gamer who's upset with EA for the past wrongs of their most recent release of SimCity and the debacle that was. But I did want to share some information with you. Now, one of the reasons why I had no intentions of making this video is because I run the game on a very low-end machine, and I really don't have the capabilities to make a great video. But I can, I believe, make the video, and we'll see. I might have to finish up with some screenshots and whatnot. And if that's the case, I apologize. It's important to note that the game runs fine on my machine. It's really just the capturing of the video that is a problem. So I don't mean to imply that the game is slow or laggy on my machine. I really don't have any issues with it in that regard. So, without further ado, let's go discuss the good, the bad, and everything in between. So let's start with the pluses. And we have to start with Create-A-Sim, because in fairness, they did an awesome job. For those of you who have seen it, or who have downloaded the demo, it is a great tool and you can make just about any sim you want. So, just like they've promoted in about any campaign material you've seen, you now have the ability to drag body parts and make things bigger where they're supposed to be bigger. And we have big boobs and small boobs now for the first time, and big butts and small butts for the first time now. Ooh, let me turn you a little sideways there so you can see a little bit. Like I said, for anyone who has followed anything online, this shouldn't be a surprise. I know the demo has been available to anybody since July, June? I don't know. Not important. It's available, and you can make just about any sim you want. I like a couple of the little features they've added with the walking styles, where you can have snooty walks, swagger walks. You know, I think there's a good tough guy walk. Not bad at all. So really, in all fairness to Maxis and EA, they did a great job on this. I'm going to introduce you to the host of the rest of our little video, and Sim, who will be the star of my Let's Play. And that is, I want you to meet Finn Coolio. Because what kind of name is cooler than Coolio? Yeah, there isn't one. That's exactly right. So let's, sorry, I'm a bad clicker. You guys will find that out. I click wrong all the time. So here we got Finn Coolio, and he's going to take us through the rest of the video. Finn, it's a gym. You work out at a gym. Go on. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care if you work out or not. We are here at the gym in Oasis Springs to show you two main problems that I have with The Sims 4. And let's go ahead and discuss those while Finn decides whatever the heck he wants to do. I'm going to let him go in the gym, and I'm going to zoom out, and hopefully this won't cause my machine to stop on you. I've been having problems with this portion of the video. So we're going to scroll slowly just next door to the gym, and you can see here just on the corner, the top corner of the screen, there is another building, and that is the Solar Lounge. It's the little night hot spot, I guess, where you can go get drinks at the bar and sing and play music on the piano and cool stuff like that. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because you can see as my cursor is hovering over the sidewalks, I can click on any portion of the sidewalk and have Finn go here. And that would be no problem. However, if I wanted to go inside the building, actually if I want to set foot at all, you can see how quickly the second I'm off that sidewalk my cursor changes. And to go to visit this lot, I can click on it. I could click on the Visit Lounge or Visit Lounge With, and I could visit that lot, but I would have to go through another loading screen. So anytime you would like to visit a new building, regardless of how close you are to that building at the time, anytime you want to go to a new building or a new lot, you will have to go through a loading screen. So I was reserving judgment on the loading screens because I do run on such a poor machine. But really, wow, every building requires a new loading screen. But that kind of ties into the next point, and this is something I noticed after playing just a few sim days, not even person days, and it's something that's really, really troublesome, and I believe it's the biggest flaw that we have with The Sims 4. So here in the gym, you can see we've got on the weight bench over there Serenity Burgess. On the treadmills, we got Jonathan Rader, Ebony Foy. Keep an eye on, that's Dakota something or other walking away there. And, oh, that's Jeffrey Jaquez, maybe? I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. If not, Jeffrey, feel free to leave me a comment below, and I'll take care of that. But this is Dakota. I can't figure out. Maybe I should pause it. What a dummy. Why don't I just pause it and then I can do that, right? Dakota Salido, that's right. And we have Dorothy Hull. These are all some names I'm quite familiar with. So just remember a couple of those names. There's Diana Cody. And let's go. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to send Finn to the gym over in Willow Creek, and I'm going to stop the video while I'm transporting or traveling over there, and I will start it again when we get there. But I want to mention that I'm stopping the video because I don't want anyone thinking that I'm trying to play a trick or anything like that. Anyone who has Sims 4 can do the same test. I've done it like 10 times now trying to capture it on video. Hopefully this one will be the charm. So keep your fingers crossed. If not, well, heck, I don't know. So let's go. We'll go over here to Willow Creek. I'm going to click on the Movers and Shakers gym, and I will start the video again when we get there. Okay, we have just arrived at the gym in Willow Creek, and if you look behind me, and I'm going to scroll back there a little bit, and I'm just going to pause it because my machine is really, really not helping me out here. But you can see we've got Dakota Salido, I think that's Don Lothario, but back there is Jeffrey. We have Jonathan Rader over there. I believe that's Dorothy, and who is this? Let me scroll over here. This is Brianna, Allie. Oh, and Liz, oh, I'm sorry, I mean Dina Caliente. She's often a guilty party in this, although we did not see her over at Oasis Springs gym. But I have just come from the gym in Oasis Springs, and I show up here, and I'm really angry because all the people that were there have faster machines than I do, and their loading screens are clearly not as long as mine, and they're already here. So really, here's the point that I'm trying to make. And before I make it, let's go back to the travel screen, and I'll kind of illustrate a little more, discuss a little more what I'm talking about. Oh, look, we got some ladies coming in here that they didn't beat me, but okay. So one of the ways I like to play The Sims is I like to create a ton of characters and put them in the world, but I usually only play one or two of them. But I like to see how those other Sims interact with the environment and what they become. So in The Sims 3, we had this great open world where anytime you went to a building, you never knew what to expect. You know, sometimes you'd go there and there'd be a lot of people there and people you hadn't met before, and sometimes you'd go there and it would be a ghost town, and that wasn't necessarily fun, but it was different. And then you could go and be a stalker and search for people. What we have here in The Sims 4 is a large number of preset data files that load a predetermined scenario into your computer every time you click on a button. In this case, the button is the building. So, for example, as you just saw, every time I click on a gym button, be it in Oasis Springs or Willow Creek, I get the same scenario. It's the same people doing the same things. Now, I loaded a couple of Sims in here that I wasn't planning on playing. This is Amber Daiquiri. She lives here in Willow Creek. And over here in Oasis Springs, I put in the McGee couple. And I never see them out. As a matter of fact, they don't go out. So instead of being these living, breathing Sims that I can interact with, or I can bump into at the bar and strike up a conversation with, they are nothing more than a data file stored on my computer and just waiting to be executed. And it's really, really noticeable. It may seem like a small thing, but I'm 2 days into playing this game, and I'm already thinking, well, good gracious, I just did the same thing yesterday. 2 days, and I'm already thinking like that. So these really, really, I don't even know how to say it, but these really, this really lush environment that they give us in terms of graphics is dead because there's really nothing happening in them. And yeah, you can tell me you can do the push-ups of Fury and you know, you can pee like a champion, and that's great. But what happens when I've already done the push-ups of Fury and I've already peed like a champion? I kind of feel like I'm the only one playing in this world. I'm the only one doing anything. Everyone else is just kind of going through the motions, and pretty soon that's going to mean I'm just going through the motions. So, load screens every time I want to enter a new building, and Sims who don't really do anything? Come on, Maxis. Alright. So Finn and I have come to the Goth house. Ooh, where are you going? Oh, he's hungry. Maybe there is... We're right next to a park somewhere. Where'd he go? That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, he's walking to the park to make himself some grub. But I wanted him at the Goths. Alright. Well, regardless, that's not important. We'll let him cook up some food, and we'll discuss the last kind of main points I want to make that really make me question why Maxis and EA released this game when they did. Here we've got our tutorial, and anyone who's new to a game, I think tutorials are usually great, and I've got no problems with the tutorial messages that we have here in The Sims 4, although there was one that was completely absurd, and it just pointed up to here and said, this is the options menu where you can go to get options. Well, thank you for that. But other than that, I've got no complaints about the actual tutorial itself. But here's my problem. When I started playing, I realized that I was okay, and you can see they come up fast and furious here at first. And I mean, I can't even click on them fast enough. Are you going to eat? Why'd you make this stuff if you're not going to eat? Where are you going? What are you doing? You're going to use the bathroom? Where is he? He's looking for frogs. You can't eat the frogs. Come grab a serving, knucklehead. Okay, sorry, I digress. So these come fast and furious, especially at first when they're trying to keep you up to date. But I realized that I knew the majority of what these things were telling me, and the interface is really intuitive. I've got no problems with it. So I wanted to turn the tutorial off. And so I went to the options menu, and luckily I knew where it was because there was a tutorial note for that. And I came here to game options, and I mean, surely we'll just turn this off and it'll be no problem. Let's see. So I came here to gameplay when I found a tutorial, and there's no off button. Are you kidding me? There's no off button for a tutorial? So surely I thought, well, it just must be in a different place. And I went out and I looked, and I'll include the link that I found. Apparently to turn off the tutorial, you have to do it through Origin. That is the most bizarre thing that I think I've ever seen in a game that wasn't released by some kid out of his basement. EA and Maxis have been around way long enough that that shouldn't be the way you turn off a tutorial. And it's a little thing again, although the tutorial can be pretty annoying if you're not really reading it and you don't feel you need it. And it's a really little thing that in a game of this level it shouldn't be. There should be an off button for the tutorial, and that's that. I mean, I don't really know how else to say it. Along those lines, I remember in Sims 3 we had this great ability to customize the way our Sims aged, and I was assuming, based on some of the comments I'd heard from the developers on some of the videos online, that we would have that again, and really we don't. I guess we have something similar, but we can either age the Sims, we can not age the Sims, or we can only age the household that we're playing. And we can auto age our unplayed Sims, which is kind of funny because the unplayed Sims barely play at all, as we've discussed. And then we have a couple options where we can make the lifespan short, normal, or long. Well, that's really disappointing for someone like me who, when I played Sims 3, I used to like to experience all the ages, but I think, and I'm assuming that the majority of players do the same thing, it's that young adult section of life that we all wanted to play the most, so we could really experience all that the game had to offer with babies and toddlers and the youth and then into the elderly. We could do it for a short period of time, but then we could really make our settings so that we spent the majority of the game playing in that young adult lifespan. And I was disappointed that that wasn't in here as well. So again, while these might be little points, I think it really adds evidence to the fact that this game was probably rushed to market, and really the only reason to do that would be to make money. I know, Finn, I know. It's been a long day. We've covered a lot of material in a short amount of time, and we didn't really do a great job of it because my crap-ass computer is, well, crap-ass. But I really feel that this is information that I would have liked to have had before I decided to purchase the game, and hopefully, if nothing else, you guys have that information now. I would love it if someone with better production capabilities than myself would go ahead and put a video together like this and give a really unbiased opinion of the game. For me, the game does have its high points. Build mode is great. Create a sim, great. I'm a real big fan of the graphic design of the game. The textures on the Sims clothing, the buildings, it all looks great. I also really like the individual interactions between Sims. I can have Finn go to a bar and he can strike up a conversation with several different people at a time, and that's great. Also, long gone are the days of just auto-spamming romantic gestures at a pretty sim in the hopes to get her to come back to your place and woohoo. Now you actually have to work for it, just like in real life. Isn't that something? So those things are really, really nice, but overall, the game really leaves a lot to be desired. The load screens for going into each and every building, come on. I'm not saying that I'm looking for an open world as big and expansive as the ones that we had in Sims 3, but surely I should be able to open up a neighborhood with 2 or 3 buildings in it, and Sims can come and go as they please. But really, the Sims in Sims 4 don't come and go as they please anyway. They don't do anything. They hit the treadmills and the weight bench in the gym, and if you're at a bar, they drink juice, but they're just kind of there. No one does anything. It's all up to you to control everything. There's no story progression for any character unless you're directly involved, and that's disappointing. Also, little things like the options for turning on and off the aging and customizing that's bothersome that that's not there anymore. But really, for a game of this magnitude to come to market and not have the ability to turn off a tutorial, that's just Bush League. So I'm really considering returning this game to try to get my money back. I know Origin offers a money back guarantee. We'll see. You know, it's really disappointing because I really feel like this game could have been so much better. It's so close on so many levels, but they really missed the mark. Maybe they'll fix it with some patches, or maybe we'll get some downloadable content, and sure, the expansion packs will be great. But EA is going to charge us for all that, and I don't know how much more money I'm willing to throw into this game unless I have some pretty good feelings that it's going to improve it. So that's my opinion. I hope this information helps you. Again, I apologize for not being able to give you better video and better information visually, but hopefully someone else will pick up the reins here and give a much more complete video. Until then, enjoy The Sims 4 or enjoy another game that works a little better. I don't know, Sims 3, heck, even Sims 2. Well, that's all.